They I thought Leon won't appear so often, but a little bit surprised. They are,
So they got double Hear You Saipan with a Leon?
yeah, yeah,
Oh wow. Well,
definitely.
there's no rest for us. We just go go go. The last game was quite long. It's a good thing we made it an hour and 10 minutes because that previous one, best of three, going almost the whole time. I didn't expect that to happen. Right, here we go. Oh, this is just the training battles messing up by shunting everyone in the wrong place. Ignore that. Right, where's my Duke of York? There he is.
Okay.
So, Duke of York, advantages the Duke of York compared to the other battleships?
Well, it's kind of like middle for everything. The damage output is alright, and it's also can set fire quite well. And the AA support is also not bad, but it's more like the mid range, not the long range.
Okay, so it's not going to play like the last game we saw with the Gneisenau.
No. The National will be absolutely the best for what?
There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
They're shooting you.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So here we see the start off. Both premiums actually been taken this time by Akizuki's AA party. Because they take the Duke of York and the Saipan. Kiwis in the Pyjamas going with a single premium in the sense of the Saipan double Hear You and taking the Leon, as you were saying. So both of them kind of, well, the Leon still we know has got good AA. I wonder whether or not either team will try and push in the A bubble, because with teams playing in the practice they've done, they don't get realistically the opportunity to watch the games as they've happened. You know, they have to play as you go, and they don't necessarily know the meta that other teams are using that works.
Oh, let's see. Oh no. They want to go around the island.
Yep, so it looks like they're kind of grouping up to the North Island. Is that the same for Kiwis in Pyjamas, your team? Are they going to the island north side as well?
Yes, they are going there.
A very pretty line of fighters. You see, all 6 fighters are creating a nice kind of combat line, preventing any type of spotting, and each kind of carrier has his own designated line, not doing a kind of defense like we saw last time. And all the bombers, they're not doing the scouting role that we had with Cami in the previous game for Pay to Win. In this instance, all the bombers are being put into 3 groups. So this will be interesting. And if anyone's wondering, we have passed the first round, guys. We didn't cover the results because we had to go straight into this game. As soon as we get a brief moment, we will. If Stormwind is so kind, she will post the Chalongi link, and you guys can check the results on your own behalf at the moment if you want to see how the other games are going at the moment. Oh, look at this. There's so many 1 versus 1 fire duels going on. 1, 2, 3 fire duels going on. The 2 in the south are 1 versus 1s. They're both tier 7s, so that's just basically RNG with no other AA. There's a big fighter melee going on the top. How do you not strafe your own friendly fire planes? Do you just click everything?
I guess so, maybe.
The Duke of York is too far at 8 kilometers away, so he won't have any range. So no one will have like kind of assistant AA. It's still 3 on 3. Oh wait, no, it's 4. Oh wait, there's another strafe though. Did they strafe friendlies there? That looked like a friendly strafe. It's hard to say, but it's 2, 1 Saipan, 1 Hear You fighter versus 1 Hear You fighter, and on the other side we've got 1 Saipan fighter against the Hear You one. It looks like he's winning, but the Leon's slowly pushing into it. Oh wow, but there's strafing galore going on here in the top north. The strafe from Aki's fighter kills off the other Hear You fighter, and then here comes the Saipan fighter. He's left the Hear You fighter, and he's now going for the center. All these fighters have been killed off. The bombers in the center are now pushing up. Double fighters from the south, from Aki's group, are still active, but looks like they're being recycled rather than doing bomber escort. The 2 fighters from the north are going over to the center. They're blocking Kiwi's strike potential. I don't know where the... I feel these bombers should be diving right now. I feel like Aki's bombers, the fires have been killed off. They've got themselves a 20-second window. They need to push in. But they don't know where the enemy carriers are. But they know the Leon is, so they should know they're probably in the north.
I think they came for the carriers, and they don't. They do have 3 fighters here, 3 groups of fighters, but I think they need to be reload.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so actually they are not really protected here, the carriers. But
wow, the Saipan fire, the torpedo bombers in the south have been caught. So this is Kiwis torpedo bombers have been caught. In the center, the Kiwis bombers are moving in, but there are fresh fires from Saipan. This scene, this bombers coming from 3 directions, and interestingly enough, the Aki's team is no longer going for the island. They're actually turning around, going for the border. The fighter planes for the Saipan is splitting. He's going partially for the center and partially for the Duke of York. The Duke of York could be dropped here. Actually, that's a lot of bombers for only 1 fire. The Hiryu is taking emergency takeoff from Aki. He's going to come in assistance, but I think this torpedo bomber is going to get a hit. Yeah, he's going to get a free drop. Well, I say free. Wow, that was some crazy good AA. The single fire from the Hiryu is going, fending off the northern group. In come the dive bombers. Are they going to get any fires? No, it looks like the Hiryu's... Oh, he's actually dropped his payload and he's trying to escape. So he's trying to save the dive bombers and just back off. That was an interesting attempt. We still... Aki's team hasn't seen any enemy carriers yet. What about I can see there's a dive bomber from Kiwis in the pyjamas. Have they seen the Aki? Has your team seen our team?
2 Saipan and Haru. Only these 2.
Okay. So bombers kind of see each other looking aggressively but not doing anything. The torpedo bomber from the Hiryu is being caught by the Saipan's fighter plane, but he jukes and turns around. Check that out. So that was a good juke. Only loses 1 plane. A evades him, forces a waste of ammunition. In the center, the fighters are going at it aggressively. This is not passive. This is, well, exit strafe and strafe on top of him. So that was good coordination because that was a Hiryu that exit strafed and the Saipan that strafed in. So he's down to 1 plane there, and they've got more fire control in the center. We see that the bombers are actually luring the double Hiryu fighters. Oh, that was a good strafe. Killed 8 planes right there. And an engagement. But the thing is, what I was trying to get at is that, is Aki being lured into a case of going after bombers while they lose the fire duel? At the moment, no, but there's 1-on-1. That's 2-on-1. That's a strafe. He exit strafes. Oh, he kills. Oh, he strafes his own fire and kills it all off. I'm not sure he benefited out of that because now he's down 2 extra planes compared to these 2 waves, and there's a reverse strafe coming in. He's lost a plane. In the center, there's more vicious battles going on. It's 4-on-2 though in terms of fires. Someone's going to be bled dry real fast. This is, I mean, in terms of fire control, it's going to be quick, and no one's using like kind of the AA bubbles, and no one's doing long range battleship clipping either. Oh, friendly strafes on top of each other. There's like this weaving strafing maneuver where they're just trying to get each other, but it looks like Akizuki's A's party is losing compared to Kiwis in pyjamas. This Saipan fire is going to try and exit strafe and he's going to try and retreat. And nobody's got any bombing up. Oh, check this out. So we've got 4 torpedo bomber waves coming in from the north, 1 protective fire wave. There's currently 1, but coming up to 3 protective fires as they come back. Alright. Finally, Akizuki's AA party, they see the enemy carriers, they know where you all are, they also know what's spotting them in the south. That's that singular dive bomber wave there, so they know that's coming up.
So before, when there's a gap of the fighters, they didn't come because they don't know where are they. Because I saw a group of torpedo bombs in the middle wandering around, but they didn't come for the CVs.
Well, if we're looking at the wider map, Aki's AA party, they've got double dive bomber right on the eastern edge of the capture point for Kiwis in pyjamas. They see the carriers, whether or not they're armed, we don't know. We have another strike group over the central island between the 2 capture points, and there's a third set of bombers in their own capture point. They are playing, or they're basically remaxing, recycling the fire planes. This is Aki's team, creating a defensive line between themselves and the enemy team. Wow, the Leon is actually pushing really aggressively here. Well, I say pushing, he's actually, it feels like he's kind of stopped or not, but he's isolated from the carriers. So theoretically, he doesn't have that kind of carrier AA to help him out. So if you can make it so that the fighters don't interfere, you could drop him from many directions. The Duke of York could turn. Aki's AA part is actually turning around. They're heading south, kind of, but it looks like the Saipan's going for the island, or the Duke of York is. And yeah, the Leon's hitting the Saipan. The planes aren't necessarily engaging each other at the moment. I think at a certain point you have to realize we're down to our last wave and we have to sort of play a little bit more conservative.
I think they will stop at the port, looking like mountain. Yeah.
Leon is turning in. It looks like he maybe wants to make more use of the islands as cover. He's Leon's AA what 7.2 or 6. He's got the fires in range. Ooh, reverse strafe on the Saipan. Nope, didn't connect. Now does the Saipan then reverse strafe on top of the Hiryu fire planes? He does. He comes in the strafe and he kills him off. Oh, he kills two, but these Hiryu fire plane. He's being tagged by the other Hiryu fire plane. Alright, here comes another Hiryu. He's exit strafed and he's strafing on top, so he kills that wave. That exit strafe plane then dies off either from his own plave or AA or otherwise. Now here comes the reverse strafe of the Saipan on the first strafe that came in, and now comes the reverse strafe of the Hiryu onto the Saipan plane. That's what we mean by the dancing of planes when you got so many in the air, just moving eventually, because it's the easy way to get kills of planes. Oh, Saipan from Akizuki's AA party. It's got two torpedo bomber waves uncontrolled. They should be able to get a drop in here. Oh, he's reversing. He's too close. In comes the strafe. This strafe is going to kill off some of them. And the Leon killed his speed off as well, so there's no connections.
No,
follow up here, you torpedo bombers and dive bombers as well, but they're all being strafed. Nope, right, he juked it, and he juked the second one. He might get some torps and dive bombers from the rear as well. So Akizuki realizes that the Leon's the issue. You know actually what I want to see? Is I want to see the Saipan or the Duke of York push up to the island, because if they can... Oh, wow! Check that out! Massive torps and dive bombers as well on the Leon. But he's damage controlled, partied, and he's repaired. He's still alive. The Duke of York is still there. See, what I'm trying to say is I'd like to see the AA bubbles of the Saipan and the Duke of York push up over the Leon, so that it's impossible for the Kiwis party to do to protect Leon, because they'll lose on planes. But here you've torpedo bombers coming in on the Saipan. Saipan's low. He's got, first wave is going to miss, but the second wave always down to a single plane. It's going to be clipped, but there's torpedo bombers from the other side. These are going to be some serious beats. He dodges it.
Just one.
Ah, he dodges them both!
No.
But he's low, look at it. So he's got less health now. In comes another torpedo bomber wave. Is he going to dance around that? Possibly, but the dive bombers are going to drop on him. Is he on fire? He's not on fire. He's just alive. He's barely alive. Wow. That's incredible. Another torpedo on the Leon. It clips him in the tail. Is that a flooding? Is that the end of the Leon now? Because he used his damage comparity earlier. The Leon isn't near any of the other CVs for kind of any kind of defensive AA, and the issue here is to defend the Leon, you have to fly your fire planes inside Akizuki's AA party's AA bubble. They're overlapping it. In comes another Saipan. Nope, the fire planes get taken, takes down the torpedo bombers. Here comes Hiryu torpedo bombers. Strafes, they're just desperately dropping. Oh my goodness, that's 6 planes that go down, but there's another torp on the center line. Oh, how much health has he got? Okay, well that's one thing with the UI. He's like, he has no health on my screen whatsoever. He's clearly not flooding, but where's his heal? This just needs to be sneezed on and he goes down. Oh man. That's pretty crazy. Okay, return fire from Leon on the Hiryu takes some damage, but look at this. We got more dive bombers incoming, more torpedo bombers and more dive bombers from Akizuki focusing on the center. The Leon is starting to heal now. His health going up. Can you tell me how much health he has, right? Your Leon?
Leon is 4,800.
Thank you.
5,000 now is recovering.
Saipan from... I don't like this. The Saipan from Metal Upa. He shouldn't have left the island. There's a panic torpedo bomber, but it's going to be it. Oh,
no.
Full meta. He's going to die. That's it. He's gone. The Duke of York's pushed him out of the way. Saipan shouldn't have gone that way. He's down. Now the issue is, can the Leon escape from this next bombing strike coming in? He's got double dive bombers. He's got Hiryu torpedo bombers incoming strafe. Dive bombers do some damage. The torp is too front. The Leon's killed his speed off. He's gonna... Oh, okay. But a carrier is worth more than a battleship, which means Kiwis in pyjamas are still ahead of Akizuki's party. The Duke of York needs to push up to the capture point and push it. They're down a battleship, which means they're down carriers, they're down fighters, but they have the battleship. Can the battleship get into a position where he can use his gunfire? Or does the Duke of York turn around and protect the carriers? Because it's still 6 minutes in the game clock. Or do they go for the base capture and stall the points? Because Akizuki has the... You'd think they have the advantage here because the BB can push up. But it all comes down to how many... Who's got planes left? Because we see... Kiwis is sending a strike group from the south, but he's no fire protection. But there are, what, 6 bombing waves here? And one unmolested in the south, so the Hiryu's fire plane's having to turn around. He's choosing what to strafe. Who do they go for? Do they go for Meow or do they go for Pigeon? They're going for Pigeon. Wow, that's good AA. So they got first dive bomber fires, incoming strafe. Oh no, he should have seen that strafe incoming. It's a bad drop. He should have strafe incoming, but he might escape the rear ones, but he's going to take some on the side.
One, I think.
That's some good torpedo beats right there, but he's low. He needs to kill off his speed or is he going to take one in the nose? Oh, he's definitely going to take another one. Damage con is now triggered, right? So he won't be flooding or fired, but he is super low. The Duke of York has come back to give extra AA support. The way that... my goodness. The thing is, the health pools of Kiwis carriers are too high. Yohani takes a hit. He's on fire, but he's damage conned that out. Oh, wait, no, has he? No, he's still on fire, sorry. Now he's damage conned that out. Pushing up. The Duke of York can't shoot him over the island. He doesn't see him. He's too close. So the carriers now have to... somebody on Aki's party has to go for the base in the next 5 minutes, right? Or do you think they have enough strike potential to go for Yohani? Because they're fighting on the other side of the island. Their 80 bubbles are overlapping. It's just chaos.
I think all three CVs from our side goes.
Pigeon is pushing. Alright, so Pigeons, he can have AA up to 6 kilometer range unless they've tweaked their fire module and it can be a little bit long. But 6 kilometer range with AFT is the way it goes. So if we check Pigeon right now, he's got 6 kilometer AA. His AA is actually over Yohani, so his AA can help against these fire planes. Oh, but the strafes left, right, and center. But Yohani gets a drop in the center. Is that one torp? Doesn't activate. The second torp behind, he misses. Oh my goodness, but now the Hiryus from Yohani and M Jester's AA bubbles are overlapping the AA of the Pigeon and the Duke of York. Oh, the dive bomber gets the crippled meal. I don't think it's enough. In 4 minutes, even if the Duke of York pushes up and goes into the enemy cap, he's got another choice. He has to go for the cap now, right? And Pigeons are reversing because he beached. This torpedo bomber's coming in from the side pan. He's going to get 2 torp hits maybe because of the reversing speed. Yep, 2 torps, maybe a flooding. How many strike planes are left here? Because the AA, if you've got an AA captain, it's very easy for you to take BFT, AFT, and manual fire. The dive bombers, there's only one Hiryu Saipan fighter against the Hiryu. He's going to get dive bombed now. Honestly, do they know his damage control's up? Oh, he's on fire and that's going to stick. I think Pigeon's gone. No, that's the damage control party there. So he didn't get a flooding from earlier. So he's damage control party. That's 30 seconds, then go back. Yohani is burning. And he doesn't have a damage control party at the moment. And the Duke of York is not going for the cap. He's seekering round the corner. The Duke of York is going round the corner, absolute maximum speed. Yohani will probably die. And in the next 3 minutes, does he have enough firepower to kill M Jester?
No, I think
that's still not enough. Even if the Duke of York kills 2 carriers, point-wise, it will still be... no, he would. No, he needs to kill 2. Yeah, he needs to kill 2. So he kills Yohani right off the bat. And then he needs to kill one of the other 2. But Pigeon needs to survive this whole time. And I don't think he will. He's now on fire. He's just been dive bombed. He's being torped. So now, the Duke of York has to kill all of them. Right, so Yohani goes down. Pigeon is down. Oh my goodness. The Duke, he needs to kill both carriers. But the carriers are faster than him, right? But he still has 6 guns in the front. He's got the AA. How quickly can he do damage? Do the carriers then show their tail? He only has his AA to kill all the bombers that are left on the Hiryu and the Saipan. How much damage has the Hiryu and the Saipan got? We've got dive bombers, we've got 1 Saipan torpedo bomber coming in. There's no fighters left over, no one's on escort duty. Down to 1 torpedo bomber. He kills it off before it drops. Duke of York, I want to see his plane kills at the end because that's going to be nuts. Still 2 minutes 30. It's going to be a game clock here. Oh, the Saipan is broadside though. Oof, but he probably overpens. Only one of these CVs needs to get round the corner, and then that's it. It's game over. It's going to take the Duke of York too long to get round the corner. So maybe he can pen or do proper damage to the Hiryu through the tail. I feel like he has to hit the Saipan again because he can't allow the Saipan to escape because he needs 2 kills. 1 kill isn't enough because the carrier is worth more than the battleship in terms of points. In fact, you can't even see him now.
Going for the cap.
Ooh! Good hit on M Jester there. He can probably kill M Jester, but again, we're down to 1:10. The Hiryu doesn't need to go for the cap. Sorry, the Saipan for sniping cap. Yeah, he needs to turn the corner, but he's seen. This is Duke of York's chance. Does he have a shot? No, he doesn't have a shot in the sniping pass. He'll kill M Jester, but it won't be enough. And it's just barely not going to be enough. Sniping Cat's going to escape, go around the corner, and they're out of time. They don't have spotting. The island is played. I think this is M Jester going down nearly. Nope, he's going to have the tail turret maybe. Some secondaries. Yeah. I think this is probably it, unless he's trolling. Oh, okay, he's on fire. But M Jester's going to damage con that, right? Or has he not got it ready?
No.
So he burns out, but...
Few seconds ready, I think. Right?
Well, even then.
No.
Oh, so the Saipan's even in the capture point, stalling more points. He doesn't need to be. Okay, so we're now one each, but Kiwis in Pyjamas player, Sniping Cat in the Saipan, was stalling the cap. He's clipped it, he's moved out, and now we see that the Juku York is, he can't see him. He needs to get close. In fact, the Saipan may even be able to get to the point where he's out of detection range from the ship. And that's it. Kiwis in Pyjamas is going to go 1-0 up. It's just not fast enough. I mean, they're not calling GG yet because they want to go for it. For 27 seconds, there's no planes left in the air. He has to go round the corner, he has to detect him, and he has to get a last salvo. But he's not going to see him until he goes round this island shot here, and then the shell flight time is not going to happen in 15 seconds. And it's super close. And to be fair, if you think about it, they probably didn't have to die so quickly. The Saipan player for Aki, Full Metal, yeah. Full Metal in his Saipan, he took a torp when he didn't need to. If he stayed next to the island, he would have been safe. But he didn't. He continued to push for the base and he got down. And that first ship loss just started the kind of the snowball there. But that was a crazy intense game. Right, check the plane kills. We see that the Sniping Cat got 62, the Juku York got 59, Pigeon in his here you got 54. I wonder how many of them was from AA. We see that M Jester got 59 as well, Meal got 40, Leon got 20, here you 19, and the last Saipan got 24. Wow, insane. I'm going to update to reflect the score now, so we have that correct for the next game. That's the score updated. So now they're going to swap around.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have.
So you need to swap, right?
Yeah, we need to swap sides. Yeah. Oof. I'm going to take this opportunity to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Right back as we ready this up.
Mm-hmm. So actually hiding behind the island is better. Then they can't spot they didn't spot the CVs.
Sorry for the delay. Alright, we're good. So, same composition for Aki's team. Juku York, Saipan, Double Hear You. What about your team?
Same. Still Saipan, Hayu, and Leon.
Alright. Well, now the teams have flipped spawns. Let's see how this crazy game goes.
Okay. Let's see how they push from the bottom, from the south.
Are they both going to go for the islands again? Are they both going to get their AA bubbles on top of each other? Are they going to have this aggressive fighter dueling at the beginning that we saw the first time round? They've kind of got a feel for them, and both these teams are good. You know that they're good, you know that they're organised, and it came razor close, but they're running out of time, so we will see, that's for sure.
Okay, this game starts.
Yep. Just turning to get killed off by the enemy Duke of York. I've got the feeling, given the positioning of Akizuki's AA party, they're down 1-0, and it looks like they're going to go for the islands again.
Yeah, same here. At least for Leon, he's oh wait, no, he turned.
Boom. That's me out.
Maybe they go directly to the base.
Oh, do you think they're going to go for the base? Alright, so we see it's a heavy fighter presence. No prior scouting for Akizuki's AA party. It's all fighters. All 6 fighters in the air first before bombers. And they're creating a screen line just like we saw last time. First fighters for Kiwis is spotted.
And when bombers goes, I think, behind, try to spot the...
Is that for Kiwis trying to do some dive bombering in the rear scout, yes? Well, protect the screen. Yep. Looks like all the cars are kind of grouping up. Saipan's catching up. The Duke of York and the Hear You from Pigeon are going slow. Meal is basically kind of waiting for everyone to group up, and then it looks like they'll push up and go around the islands to the north. They still don't know where the enemy is. They can speculate on how the plane distribution is, but at the moment it's just like a Mexican standoff in the fire line. You can see that the sort of the no man's land in the gap between the fire planes here, as they just kind of jostle for position, not necessarily pushing, because if you push in, the enemy falls back. If you get too close, then he'll turn around and strafe you. So they're just kind of swaying back and forth. And here comes the first strafe attempt. He actually gets it. He gets 2 planes. Here comes the reverse strafe attempt. Kills off the wave. No, gets 2. And then there's another reverse strafe, so they both get 2, but that's a click engagement. Now he's exit strafing. The Hear Yous go in. The Hear You gets a head-on strafe, kills a whole bunch of planes, gets a freebie. And second Hear You gets another reverse strafe on the first Hear Yous. Oh wow, so Kiwi's getting the better fighter engagement here at the beginning. Oh, and the bombers in the south, we just see that on the minimap, are rotating around, both bombers passing each other. Fighter wise in the south, the southern fighter for the Akizuki did better, and that favours them because they know the bombers there if they're paying attention. Most of the bombers for Aki's group are in the north, which isn't great because they've lost that first fighter engagement, so they can't honestly push. Reinforcement fighters from the centre coming over. Oh, the kill of Aki's AA party's fighter planes in the south. So the Aki's AA party definitely down in terms of total number of fighters currently, but it's still early days. Don't think this fire plane should have pushed so much because he's probably going to lose. If he exits, he'll be down to 1 plane, then he'll lose anyway. But these bombers are incoming. Surely they've been spotted on the eastern approach. We'll see. Oh, wow, the big bombing force around the north. We see the bombers in the centre. The Duke of York was point man. He's only got a single fighter to protect him, but there's bombers coming from the other direction. Only 3 fire planes left over. How much ammo have they got? How much damage? Our Duke of York is going to prove its AA here right now. In comes the Saipan fighter. Dive bombers on the Duke of York. And does he drop? He's thinking about it. That single fire is entertained. Now what's happening while that's going on with the panicked is we've got 2 torpedo bombers and 2 dive bombers coming in for meal on the Hear You. Uncontested, no fighter planes. He's just going to get a clean drop. Yep, and there's not even really that much support AA. So meal is going to take a big hit here. Plus these dive bombers, they don't need to drop, and I think they know that. Check all this. Oh, they Hear You.
My God.
It's huge damage at the beginning. Now the dive bombers are incoming. They're looking for the kill. They may actually even kill him off. But the fact is, if they can wait 30 seconds, which is unlikely, because the damage control party's up, and that means 30 seconds of immunity, they could get a follow-up fire and damage. But Meal has to play super careful. And the Duke of York is also down on health. So Kiwis in pyjamas, that first fighter play was huge. Gives them air control, allows them to do bombing on the side. It means also that the Aki's AA bombing attack won't have the same impact because they don't have the fires in the air. And I think the Duke of York realizes that he's probably dead. Because he's
trying to hide behind the mountain.
That's a good best case scenario. 2 torps in the Leon, probably gets a flooding there. But the thing is, the Leon's going to come around the corner. The Duke of York is burning. He's burning, he's low in health, he's hiding because he doesn't want to take shots from Leon. He's taking a couple of clip hits. Full Metal Upa is pushing up the Saipan, maybe to tank. Meal has to push up as well because he can't be isolated with AA. Pigeons there. I tell you what, this is looking bad right now for Aki, and it could be a 2-0 win for Kiwis. Right, so the planes are beginning to get back in the air. The A bubbles are slowly getting closer to each other, but I wonder if the health pool is too low now. Like too much has been lost for Aki. Still a tied game. but the Duke of York's waiting for the fire to end. Is the Saipan pushing too aggressively? Because check, the Hiryu's health pool is actually quite low at up quarters. So both battleships dangerously low.
That's huge.
Oh, is he still flooding? Right. He's burning. The Leon might actually just die right here. Because look, there's more YOLO bombers incoming from the Saipan. The Saipan's got 2 fires incoming. He's going to reverse. Nope, that's a strafe from the kill. The Leon might go down. This is dangerous because you see that the M Jester, Yohani, they're turning around. Sniping Cat as well. They realize they've lost their battleship. Whoa! Duke of York takes the Leon out of the nose.
Leon doesn't have a damage control system to repair.
Yeah, so those 2 torpedo bombers that got those 2 torps on the nose and the tail, even though they were panicked, was massive from the Akizuki's A power, and that's totally swung this game around because now the Duke of York can push up, and if they do maximum A. However, Meal's stuck on the corner here. He's worth more than a battleship in points. So if Kiwis can finish off Meal, then they'll take the lead again. They still have to deal with the battleship chasing them down, but that would be huge. So they really do have to play on point. Here comes the Saipan's torpedo bombers. He's looking for the position. It's an awkward drop with those island entrants. Double strafing on top of each other. Oh man, they must have killed more friendly fire planes than bombers, but they get 1 dive bomber, gets 1 fire, immediately damage cons, so Meal's still okay. And right now, all the planes in friendly skies are friendly planes. So it's okay currently. The Saipan and the Hiryu Pigeon from Full Metal, they're okay. They're with the Duke of York. The Duke of York's pushing up. He doesn't have sight on the carriers yet, but he's not around the corner. But I think Meal, he needs to be super babysit. But then again, Meal could be a bomber trap because he might just suck in all the bombers. And do you go after Meal and finish him off? Probably not. You probably have to kill the Duke of York. But if you don't go for Meal, he still has his planes in there. He can still be a threat. He can still bomb. He can still fighter escort, right? So yeah, so we see that in chat the Duke of York is basically calling out the commands: kill the torpedo bombers, stop the strike potential. And he's hugging the islands. Now, what the advantage of hugging the island is, the planes can only come from head-on or round the flank. And it also makes it easier if it's head-on for him to dodge. Now, he's pretty slow. He'll take 1 in the center belt. Probably doesn't flood, but he dodges the second wave, minimizes the damage that comes in on him. That's good.
That's good.
We still have more bombers incoming. But you'd think Kiwis are possibly going to burn themselves out here with strike wave after wave. Now the Saipan fire is coming up, but again the Duke of York is behind the island with protection. We have a Hiryu fighter that can intercept them. So, and the thing is, that means he has to go around. He stays inside the Duke of York's 80 bubble long. Oh, but he's got Saipan torpedo bombers coming from the other direction. But they can't drop him. The Saipans can and are. And look, he's turning out. Oh, he juked. So here you juked the strafe for the... but there's another strafe. I was going to say, the Hiryu was doing a good job. He kind of hit him. The Duke of York's taken a ton of damage from those torps from the Saipan, and he would have died if that Hiryu managed to get those torpedo bombers through. But that wasn't the case because of all the strafes. Now the Duke of York barely on health. How much health do you see the Duke of York got on the enemy team?
3,000.
Okay, and Sniping Cat is the first target for the Duke of York. He's low. He's the first person you can guarantee will be hit off.
But maybe the Saipan will be taken down first, rather than the Duke of York.
Yeah, I think... Oh, the Duke of York just got dive bombed. Oh!
Oh no! Oh.
Ben Jester making the save! Wow! But... Okay, so it's... Okay, a little bit of torps on here. The M Jester just taking torps on the nose. What are we doing for points? It's tied. Both teams have killed off the enemy carriers. Sniping Cat is critical. Meal is critical. Oh my goodness, do you go up for secondaries? Do you stay inside each other's AA bubble? We see that there's a drop on the Saipan. 1 torp might connect. Oh my goodness. Do you try and get... Sniping Cat's trying to run away, keep some distance. We see M Jester and Yohani pushing in on Full Metal. Pigeon's not there. The Saipan doesn't have secondaries. So the Hiryu double secondaries is going to punish the Saipan here because they got enough health. Meal is okay at the moment. He doesn't have any fire planes. he's possibly getting dropped by the Saipan's torpedo bomber. If they kill the Saipan, he can't drop. There's no fire planes. There's 2 fire planes. No, the torpedo bomber Saipan's turning around. There's only 2. All right, there's 3 fire planes in the air currently. Full Metal Upa is pushing up. Another torpedo hits M Jester. We see that there's a Hiryu. No, it's just the Saipan torpedo bomber. Is he turning around? He's circling. He's going for the drop. The Saipan from Akizuki Power is down to a single torpedo bomber. Now here comes the double torpedo bomber on Neil. Neil's dead. There's a strafe. It's not enough. The Saipan gets some. Oh, the Saipan kills the other Hiryu, but now the Hiryu dies as well. So we're back to where we were. Still equal points. Jeez, this is crazy. The last torp from Saipan. I think Full Metal Upa doesn't have any torpedo bombers left. Oh, this torpedo bombers are coming from one of the Hiryus, dropping on Yohane. Yohane's now maybe taking a flip. Second torpedo bomber wave dropping in. Who's got bombers left over? Occupying the base, stalling the points. That now means the Akizuki AA party is in the lead. They've punished Hiryu, but the Saipan's escaped. Oh wait, no, oh, I thought he took a torp. Did he take a torp? Did it not hit him? The Saipan, I thought I saw that, but no. He's on.
And it's not
how much health has he got? It did hit him. How much health has that Saipan got?
370.
That's one dive bomber or something. So Kiwis are in a difficult spot. They're losing their base. They need to reset the Saipan. If I was Yohane, I'd turn around and secondary duel that Saipan, but that's not going to happen. The Saipan's got fighter planes. There's one torpedo bomber from the Sniping Cat Saipan from Kiwis trying to come back. He's got 2 torpedo bombers. So Sniping Cat's got 2 torpedo bombers left. That's it. How many has Johan got? There's one full fighter wave from the Saipan from Akizuki, and there's a 2 fighter wave from Pigeon on the Hiryu on Aki's AA party. So it's kind of like a mix and standoff, but the fact is the Saipan has to be attacked. Sniping Cat will have to go for Full Metal Upa. There's no other choice. Ooh, but he's got 2 fighter planes that are full, so he has more fighters. He has to play into the Saipan's AA bubble though, but he has to reset. Yohane has to push up in secondary duel or reset somehow. Are there any bombers left for AA party? Because I don't see any bombers. I think they've lost them all. So they're just going for the base cap at the moment. Okay, so the fighters are fending him off, but he's losing planes. Oh, this is so awkward. No, he's lost the fire plane. He had the initiative. He went in with fighters, but then backed off. I think this is going to be a base cap for A party, and we're going to go to game number 3. This is nuts. Possibly Yohane's trying to go for the ram. Okay, so fighter engagement. Does he exit strafe? If I was the friendly fighter, I'd just exit strafe into the single wave. He does try to exit strafe. Is he kill? Oh, but the exit strafe! Wow! That is a far superior break-off exit strafe for Full Metal Upa. That means all the fighters are gone. It means there's 2 torpedo bombers incoming. Yohane's got secondaries and Pigeon, but that's not what's the capturing right now. Yohane needs to reset Full Metal Upa, but the health pool of Pigeon is just too high. And I think they realise that. I think they realise that Pigeon is the only thing that can stop them, because the Saipan doesn't have secondaries, so they really want to drop Pigeon, get his health down. Maybe Yohane can secondary Pigeon down, and then he can go after the Saipan. But no, they decide to go after the Saipan instead, which they are not going to hit because the Saipan's too quick. Ah, but the secondary hit him. So the secondary hit from Yohane hit the Saipan, and that's reset the cap, so the cap's not going to happen. Now it's a secondary duel. Sniping Cat's escaped. You'd think with more health, Pigeon would have this. It is coming down to like the last thing, 6 minutes. I tell you what, even a ramming kill here from Pigeon on Yohane would be enough. If he rams him, they still get the cap because the other Saipan has no health. Oh, but that would be dangerous. And then the enemies, the Aki Saipan could run away from the other Saipan on low health. So I think Yohane is maybe trying to go for a ram, but I think he realizes that it's very dangerous if he goes for a ram. Oh, we're gonna get a ram! Okay, so we have a ram. Both teams going for caps. Well, this clearly favors Full Metal Upa. He's got the point lead. Oh, who's got the cap advantage lead? Who's got the advantage in the time or in the cap? I can't tell.
At the same time, or?
Neither of them have got bombers left over.
But someone just said GG. Yeah.
But who's the winner? No, wait. Who's got the advantage?
I think the one typed GG lost, right? That's the rule, right?
Oh, Aki's Aki. Aki has cat food.
Yeah, they are a little bit wait it out.
Oh man, so does that mean Kiwis have won this?
Yeah, it moves faster here.
Yeah, I can't believe that. The ramming kill at low health. Oh my god, he didn't need to take the ram then. Pigeon didn't need to take the ram. And that, but Sniping Cat escaping on 300 health, no bombers left for Full Metal Lupa. Sniping Cat on 300 health is going to win this for Kiwis 2-0. Thing is, Pigeon then didn't need to take the ram. He could have broken off, ran away, and just keep secondarying down. Would have been the right play. I can't believe how many twists and turns.
17 health. My god.
This is close. Right, so the fact is, Upa is, if he rams, it's a draw. And that means Kiwis win. So he has to pray that they go for the cap. We will see. Because I honestly can't tell by looking at the... What we need is a little timer on both of these things. Because this is nuts. 3 minutes 30, so it will go to base cap. It's not going to... Wait. I think... No, I think AA Party's got the advantage. I think Aki has it.
Why is it changed now?
Yeah, it looks like they've got it. Just by looking at it. Like, zooming in. I think we're going to game 3. This is nuts. 3 minutes left. Going up. Oh, we're going to Ocean, baby. Oh, yes. I think they have... Yeah, because you could see it in the corner. This must be like by a fraction of a second. Oh, here we go.
What? Yeah. Okay.
What?
No,
man, that's nuts. All right.
No. Wait.
So it's 1-1. We're going to Ocean.
Yeah, it's Ocean, yes.
All right, let me update the score to reflect 1-0.
Okay.
It's ready up because we're short on time. We need to. These games are going long. I did not expect this. That's for sure. So this is the quarterfinal. So the semi-final is supposed to start in about half an hour from now, but we still have to play a game. So it's pretty nuts right now. We still haven't even had the chance to go over the results of what's happening. Oh my goodness! All right, let's show the. I'm going to show the results now, briefly just before we wait into this. So if I go to tactics, we see that task group 16.1 beat Wargaming pay to win by 2-1. Old Screw Cool beat Ausfall Süßkartoffelpuffer 2-1. Kiwis in Pyjamas beat Super Test EU 3-0 apparently. I'm not sure how that happened. Probably a 2-0. Akizuki's AA Party beat Fleet of Fog 2-1. Wargaming Pay to Lose beat No U 2-1. Certified Sky Cancer beat SBG 2-0. I guess that's just the Trelongi showing it's 3. Pad beat Gemma 2-1, and Devastating Baguettes beat Lasogeny Broth 2-0. Devastating Baguettes then beat Pad 2-0. Certified Sky Cancer beat Wargaming Pay to Lose 2-0. Task Group versus Old Screw Crew still going on, and Kiwis in Pyjamas versus AA Party is 1-1 and also still going on. Right, so that is a quick crash course in results. Man, this is tough. For the players, this is a long, grueling experience because think about it. You've played the first round full out, 3 games, right? You've played the second round, the quarterfinals, all out. You're going to get like a few minutes break and then boom, you're into the semi-finals. And then the third place for the final. It's just game after game. It's going to definitely wear you down. Okay, so we're readying up. Ocean, 20 minutes, no cyclone. And we are good to go. What are you eating? Because I hear that.
A bread. Need some energy.
Okay, here we go. The decider.
Okay, ocean.
Right, so teams have not changed. Oh, no, they have. They've brought in their Nice now. Maybe they saw the previous game that we had, but the Nice now instead of the Leon is going to be a big difference. Don't ignore this. This is just the UI freaking out there. Where's my Duke of York? I'll get closer. Right. Looks like Aki's AA party has said we want to go for the battleship. Because I think they realise the strength of it. If they kill the battleship, they win the game, basically. The Duke of York's got enough AA, and the Nice now is going to be the ship that's going to have the AA. Okay. That dispersion.
Okay, the fighter's going to the middle.
He just missed all his shots.
Last ocean, they tried 3 times to kill me. Okay.
Alright, cool. Alright, so yes, fires first from Aki, going up on the line, creating a protection line. They don't want to peel too much. Let's see here. First fire spotted. We check the map here, we see there's basically a line. This is our territory for Kiwis, this is our territory here for Aki. And they're just going to make a line where no one can really jostle. Or no one has the advantage of AA, so they're dancing, they're going back and forth. They're basically looking to see, are you going to strafe? Can I bait a strafe? Can I reverse strafe you? Can we get some clips? Do I need to kind of engage? And it's not just one person controlling all of this, it's 3 people controlling this. So you're like, can you control your planes? Do you know if the enemy's going to control his planes? Can you rely on your teammates? All that type of stuff. It's pretty insane. A little bit of dancing, getting kind of close. Could be baited. Nice now taking the first shots for Kiwis. The Duke of York or the Saipan. It looks like Saipan actually. Ooh, okay, yeah, Duke of York, but it doesn't really hit anything meaningful. Bombers taken off. So we've got 2 groups of bombers for Aki group. One is on the eastern edge looking to go north, and the other one is on the southern border. Has been spotted by a dive bomber.
There's a group of...
Ooh, fighter dueling. Kills off one of the one of the Hiryu's fired planes. Then Hiryu strafes. Is he going to get strafed from himself? No. The Saipan click engages. Oh, but he exit strafes onto the other... Yeah, but okay, so that's not too bad. The Saipan's winning this fighter engagement. As far as the center... Oh, for the rest of it, it looks like the Aki didn't fare particularly well in the northern group. They're down... maybe 1 or 2 fighter groups. The bombers on the west edge are well protected though. Look, we've got 4 torpedo bomber waves, 2 dive bombers protected by 3 fighters, 4 fighters, but at the same time we have an incoming group of 4 bombers that has no fighter interception at all. Both teams are going to get easy drops in here. Jester, is he going to take a hit? Looks like it.
4
Yep,
torps.
4 torps, stationary, gonna take the hit. Oh wait, no, he's moving forwards, so he's juked it. Taking 2, but there's follow-up bombers incoming. What happened to the bombers going for where are the Kiwi and Pyjamas bombers on the eastern edge?
It's on the east.
So they haven't hit yet? It feels like they had the opportunity. Maybe they're trying to micro fighters instead? Nope. Okay, so you see how the bombers, the second wave, are waiting. They're probably waiting 30 seconds. They've probably realised we've got fire protection. Jester here from Kiwis is going to get dive bombed. Oh look, they've got even more. All bombers from all sides incoming. If Jester's 30-second is up, it is up. If he takes a flooding, he dies. That's it. 1 torpedo from 1 wave drops. Oh, he's trying to dodge. More dive bombers from more fires. Oh, I think he's got multiple fires. I think this is the end of Jester. He's going to take 1 on the nose. Boom, that's it.
And 1 more.
Okay, so he's damage conned. He's damage conned, But can he survive? He's going to clip. Oh, that's it. He's gone.
No,
He's gone. His M Jester's gone.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was crazy. So that's a huge advantage at the very beginning. And this is the what I'm more used to is super violent engagements where it just sort of ends. So now the Gneisenau, I think, has to push up. He has to use his brawling capability. He has to use the protective fighters from Yuhani and Sniping Cat, and then he needs to push up, duel the enemy battleship, and then kill off the enemy carriers once the battleship's down without, you know, dying to counter strikes. But check this out. There's all these bombers from Kiwis, but no fighters. There's a line of fighters from Iaki's AA party just kind of waiting for them to come in. And they're chasing them back into the Gneisenau's AA bubble. Oh, that was a strafe, but he didn't do it. So can the Gneisenau punish now the AA on... Wow, that Hiryu's escaping. That fire's escaping with no plane losses. He's been chased by the... Oh, he's been strafed from the back. And that's the issue. If you wait too long, then you'll get clipped and you'll get strafed. So that's pretty good. See, the Gneisenau's got no option. You can't play the defensive stall game. You have to push aggressively. So we see that Kiwi's battleship is looking to engage the Duke. Yeah. While being protected. What can Aki's do here? I mean, clearly they're going to go for the battleship. The carriers are too far behind. We don't even see them, but they're too far behind to give meaningful AA. Maybe the Hiryu's long range might be able to assist. So it's all about, can the 4 left fighter waves of Kiwis protect the Gneisenau while it pushes up to engage the Duke? Oh man, there's so many bombers coming in so many directions right now from Aki's AA party on the Gneisenau. It's gonna it's like there's a plane for every AA gun.
Let's see how the AA
but the thing is, the fires are engaging at the moment. They're not actually diving with the bombers yet. They're waiting this out. Health pools are still pretty high.
They're attacking the Saipan.
Yep, Sniping Cat's on fire. He's going to have to put that... Maybe they don't go for the Gneisenau. Maybe they go around and realise as soon as the Saipan... If it's a single fire, he lets that burn, because he can't use his damage control parry. Because if he uses damage control parry and they know he uses damage control parry, they follow up with bombings, you almost guarantee fires floods, and that locks out the Saipan because he doesn't have emergency takeoff. And that's actually kind of interesting. I never thought about that, but maybe there might be an argument for taking emergency takeoff in this tournament. Normally a trash skill.
Pretend to take Gneisenau and to force him to change the direction.
Fighters are kind of peeled off. You got bombing strikes coming in the Gneisenau. We also have fighters peeling off to intercept the bombers going for full metal Upa. Gneisenau takes one in the torp on the rear, one torp on the side. Oh, and he's trying a hard turn here. He's going full broadside on the Duke York, except the Duke York's firing HE. I think the Gneisenau might take 2 in the nose. Oh yeah, 2. Yeah, so 2. So he has the damage control party there, and he's full broadside. If the Duke of York has AP, now is the time to use it. The Gneisenau is still firing on the carriers, and he's even going to be dive bombed as well. So these are going to be sticky fires if they're within the time. No,
I think they need to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, the Gneisenau, they know he's repaired. More HE coming from the Duke York. I think he realizes that the Gneisenau is turned back in. He's no longer broadside. He can be basically sticky fires. But you see broadside. Oh wow, the Saipan from Fumel Upa takes a huge AP shot to the broadside, and that's what the Gneisenau is doing. He's pushing aggressively in the Duke York. I think he's going for a torpedo drop. Now comes the Saipan Kiwis torpedo bombers. I think this is the Saipan's dead. I think Upa's gone.
At least takes 2 or
Well, that low health, he can't survive that. Boom, they tie the game. Oh my goodness, now the Gneisenau is pushing aggressively to the Duke York. The Duke York can run away. He's flooding. Oh, but the counter Saipan. This is the auto drop before the Saipan died. I think this is too much. He's got a sticky fire. He needs to dodge these torpedoes, and if he does, he goes broadside on the Duke, and the Duke can use AP on him.
he will take 1.
Oof. Damage control parry is not ready. If he's lucky, he didn't take a flooding. He's maybe gonna heal. Oh, but the Duke York's only firing HE. Oh, and that's it. Oh, it's just not enough. And the fact that one team's got the battleship and the other doesn't, I'm not sure how the reduced strike capability of the Hiryu Saipan can finish off the Aki's party. I think that's it. Their real strength was their Gneisenau, its AA, and the fact that it was picking off the carriers one at a time while threatening the enemy battleship with torps.
I think the Haru at the beginning just dropped too far behind the whole team. That's why it get killed so easily. And no.
Well, he was broadside. That's the issue. He was the only CV showing his side, so the AP shot wrecked him, and that allowed the drop. Now the issue now is that Sniping Cat is a Saipan. He has no secondaries. The Hiryu has secondaries, but they've only got so much bombing capability. There's still 2 carriers left for Aki's AA party. That's 4 fighter planes. They need to just play defensive. They just need to play defensive on their own AA, on the Duke of York. Their carriers don't need to worry about battleship shots, so they can get as close as they want. And it just means it's a massive uphill climb for Kiwis. I just don't see how they can do this now. They need to have flawless fighter control, killing off the planes, and then somehow, you know, going in and getting a drop and killing someone that's low. But with the combined AA, all Aki needs to do is, even if they didn't have fighter planes, they just need to group up their 3 ships and they'll kill off all the remaining bombers. Yeah, and Yohanni's broadside, he's taking hits. So we'll wait and see if the team plays it out. There's still a few bombing wave, but I mean, look at this. There's 1, 2, 3 fighter planes. I guess the 4th one is cycling. The Duke of York, we know for a fact, has crazy AA. This Hiryu's torpedo bombers is duked the first strafe, but here comes the 2nd one. What can he do? And ultimately, all he needs to do is click. Now these torpedo bombers are getting chased by the other Hiryu. He needs to separate them. He's going for Pigeon. Pigeon's the lowest health one. Oh, he dukes the strafe. You might actually get a drop off on Pigeon. Pigeon's hard turning, so he's only probably going to take 1 here, and the other side. Oh wait, no, he takes 2. Oh, but they didn't get a drop. Tell you what, it was close. It was surprising that they were able to get that close in. I don't think they're going to get another opportunity now. I mean, the amount of time it takes to get the planes up and ready and drop. Pigeon may have taken a flooding. Can they get a dive bomber in? Can they get a fire on Pigeon? They're going to try. They're not going to give up. So we'll see.
They don't have many planes left.
No, fairly certain they're low. And the problem is, how many fires have they got left? Because there's a counter-strike now headed for them from Aki towards Kiwis. And I think this is it. Yohanni's, yeah, he's taking kind of some shots. And here come the bombers now. Oh, good strafe by the Saipan, clipping off what bombers are left. I think that one Saipan fighter might actually be able to stop all the bombers. It's going to come down to basically FM6A on these Duke of York, you know, gunning down the carriers. And Yohanni's turning, so he's going to try to get closer to do the engagement. He takes a dive bomber. He's on fire. Good strafe, down to 1 torpedo bomber, but it should launch central line. So Yohanni's going to use the damage control part if he hasn't already used it now. No. Presumably to take off. There's no other bombers incoming. Or is he... Oh, has he already used it? I think he could have already used it. See, the Saipan's got a full wave of torpedo bombers. Saipan gets slightly... I think it's about 4 full waves as opposed to the other tier 7s that only get 2.5 to 3. The fires have got a screen up. He has to use that one. Yeah, that's a reverse strafe. He's trying to bait in the Hiryu, but the Hiryu sees that, turns and goes on the fire plane. The AA of Yohanni is trying to engage, but look, he's bleeding and he's firing down. Doesn't have a damage control party. FM6 is just going to wreck him, even if he didn't blow out. And there you go. So now they're down to the last ship, last set of bombers. The Duke of York's AA, close range, protecting Pigeon. This is it. It's game over. Yeah, look at this. They're even willing to sacrifice all the fire planes on top of Sniping Cat. Sniping Cat has no secondaries, has no other element to do anything. His last bombers are being picked off in that game. So, unfortunately for Kiwis, they did really well in the first one. They did an amazing kind of seesaw back and forth game in the second round, and it came down to 0.0001 of a second. And then on the third round, losing a carrier earlier with that, you know, devastating kind of fire control and just this huge amount of waves coming in from the flank on the western edge without any cover. And he gets a torp on Pigeon. He still manages it, you know. But it's just not enough.
No, it's just speed.
So when this ends, I think we'll have about 10 minutes before our semi-final starts. So that gives teams a little breather. You're actually going for it, and he survives. Die hard. Wow. Whew.
Wow.
So
Okay.
Saipan got 75 plane kills at the end. Meal got 64 in his Hiryu. Duke of York got 13. Neisner got 25 before he got taken down. And it was just the fact that down a carrier, the Kiwis don't have enough fire waves to protect the Neisner, even though he's maybe not just inside the enemy AA bubble of Aki, and Aki is just able to punish the Neisner with their battleship and kill it off. But super close game, and Kiwis almost brought that down, even though being down a carry at the beginning. They did tie up for a brief moment, so that was pretty intense.